Jordan Leavitt versus Matt Wiman. We got minus 390 on the Contender Series alum Jordan Leavitt and plus 320 on the UFC vet Matt Wiman. Let's start off with Matt Wiman, who took roughly a 5-year hiatus before coming back to the UFC last June, where he lost via ground and pound to an up-and-comer Luis Pena. And then in his next fight, another up-and-comer in December of 2019, so just about a year ago, lost via decision to Joe Solecki. Now here he is once again fighting another up-and-comer in Jordan Leavitt, who in my opinion isn't as good as the prior two fighters, but should still have the tools to be able to go out there and beat a guy like Matt Wiman, who's 37 years old. Not surprised. I can definitely see that. But yeah, it's tough to really back Matt Wiman nowadays. His takedown defense just doesn't seem that good. You got to give it to him for being able to kind of withstand what Joe Solecki was throwing at him. I know a lot of people had a lot of money on Joe Solecki to win inside the distance that night, but unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to get the finish. However, Solecki did still get some heavy scorecards in his favor. Now, Jordan Leavitt has some red flags for me. You know what I mean? Even though he's 7-0 here, his fight from back in February is very, very alarming. His striking does not look good. Like, the guy just doesn't seem to have the proper mechanics to throw a strike. His jabs just don't look good. He throws pretty much just one shot every now and then, but it's pretty obvious that his game plan is to get the fight to the ground ASAP, no matter how unorthodox it is to get the fight there. Whether it's him scooting on his butt or him just like flailing for a takedown, he's looking to get it. And luckily for him, it seems like Matt Wiman would be able to succumb to those types of takedowns. Now, the question really is, if Jordan Leavitt's not able to secure a submission here against Wiman, Wiman could absolutely spend some time on top, land some good shots from on top, and kind of sway judges his way. Because Jordan Leavitt is kind of like a Jillian Robertson in the fact that they go for submissions over position. They don't mind if they end up on their back in hopes of searching and hunting for a submission. So that's a little bit of a red flag for me. Not really a huge red flag, but if once he starts fighting a fighter that's able to withstand the submission attack of Jordan Leavitt, he's going to deal, with some pretty heavy strikes from on top, and that's very, very concerning. Once he fights guys that are, that can withstand that type of jiu-jitsu attack, and do their own damage from on top, this kid's in a world of trouble. Luckily for him, Matt Wiman's not that guy. I don't think that Matt Wiman will be able to survive the submission onslaught here from Jordan Leavitt, because Jordan Leavitt, say what you want about him, and as much as I've kind of given him shit here, he does a good job with reversals, does a good job with throwing up submissions, and does a good job with just staying active in the jiu-jitsu realm. With that said, I'm not comfortable parlaying him in that minus 350, minus 400 range. I think a lot of people are just fading Matt Wiman here, and I kind of understand that, but I need a better price tag, especially for like a UFC, a newcomer, somebody that has shown weaknesses in their game. Even though he's undefeated, there's definitely weaknesses in his game, especially when the fight is on the feet. But again, from what we've seen recently from Matt Wiman, it seems like an easy fight for Leavitt to get this fight to the ground and pull off the submission. And that's kind of the way that I'm leaning here. I think he does secure a submission in that first or second round, but definitely a guy I'd be looking to, fade next time around. So hopefully he goes out there and gets a kind of a highlight reel submission over Matt Wiman, so he's a little bit overvalued next time around. But this is a guy I'm definitely looking to fade next time. But this fight's an all-in-all pass for me. But in terms of an actual prediction, I'll go with Jordan Leavitt to win this fight via submission in the first or second round.